What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I want to preface this video with a little bit of a warning for you, a little bit of a disclaimer that some of the content that I'm going to be sharing in here could be considered a little bit controversial. Now, those of you that follow me here on the channel, you already know that I don't give my opinions. All I do is present the facts. I provide articles that I read right off of, and I leave the descriptions, the links to them down below in the description so you can read them for yourself. And you guys, I plan to do exactly just that, but I invite you to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you like and appreciate that, don't forget, smash the like button. But you guys, take a look at these articles. Like I said, could be considered a little bit controversial. Los Angeles schools are requiring vaccinations for eligible students, you guys. That's right, we're hearing that right now in the second largest school district in the nation, the school district of Los Angeles, that if children want to go to school in person, they must be vaccinated. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, are they setting a precedent? Will we see other school districts follow suit? Will we see others require that kids and other people must be vaccinated? And yes, you guys, this is in response to yesterday's speech that President Joe Biden presented before the nation with executive orders. Now, if you missed it, be sure to check it out. I covered it in detail, uploaded it this morning, the full speech, and also provided notes. Went through the six-pronged plan that he has to combat the pandemic. Mandatory vaccinations are now required for three specific groups: those that work for the federal government, those that have contracts with the federal government, and those that are part of the executive branch. They must be vaccinated. Weekly testing is no longer an option, and to get all the details, he said go to whitehouse.gov, where he covers everything, you guys. And like I said, go ahead and check out that video. If you missed it, I go through some of the main points and then share the entire video. But you guys, we are also hearing, though, that take a look at this. Members of Congress and their staff, though, are exempt from Biden's vaccine mandate. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, we're hearing responses back from Republican and GOP members that are not happy with this. Take a look at this. Governor Mike DeWine: I think that the president made a big mistake by announcing federal vaccine mandates. We should be focused on the science of preventing the virus. The vaccine is our best tool to stop the pandemic, but people and business owners should make their own decisions about vaccinations. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Take a look at this one. Attorney General Dave Yost: I'm vaccinated, but the president doesn't get to force me to do so. The Supreme Court just reminded him that he cannot act unlawfully even in the pursuit of a desirable ends. By ordering employees at private companies to vaccinate, test weekly, or quit, he is acting unlawfully again. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And take a look at this. We got a response from Florida Governor Mike DeSantis. He fires back at Biden's vaccination rules. And the president earlier called GOP governors cavalier for resisting the mandates. Take a look at this. Governor Greg Abbott slams Biden administration over vaccine mandate for employers. Abbott has long resisted making vaccinations mandatory, but there may be legal precedent on Biden's side, you guys. And we've also heard that a lot of people are coming out saying that they might file lawsuits against the president for doing this, that he had no right to do so. We got a response back from President Joe Biden. Take a look at this. He says, have at it. Biden says to Republicans who are threatening to challenge his vaccine mandates, go ahead and have at it, you guys. So, like I said, some controversial topics here. I know a lot of people have varying opinions about vaccinations, making them mandatory, giving vaccinations to children. Anytime children get involved, I know that that can be very controversial, you guys. So, wanted to forewarn you, but I'm going to dive into the articles, get you all caught up on the details as of today, September 10th, 2021. But before we do, like I said, if you could do me a quick favor, if you appreciate these updates, smash the like button. It just lets the YouTube algorithm know that you appreciate the updates, and they'll continue to promote my channel and share these videos. Also, if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, come join the RAM fam. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so you know what's going on: stimulus, Congress, the economy, unemployment, everything going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, I always let everybody know, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's the best place to get a hold of me if you got any specific questions. And yes, I go through all the DMs and I respond, and I do my best to get you answers. Might take me a while because I got a lot of DMs, but I will go through and respond to your questions, you guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into these articles, and I'm going to get you caught up on the latest on these responses to this new vaccine mandate, requirements, executive orders, and where do we go from here. All right, you guys, so as always, link in the description below to this article that just came out today that reads, Los Angeles schools are requiring vaccinations for eligible students. The article says that LAUSD officials said that they want to guarantee that children attend classes in person, not online, which is why they voted to require vaccinations against the pandemic for all eligible students in a move that was praised by teachers unions and many parents. Ultimately, we want our schools to stay open, and the best way to ensure that is to have as many people as possible who are in our schools vaccinated, said Cecile Mart Cruz, president of United Teachers Los Angeles, the union representing teachers. Now, it was a sentiment echoed by many parents, as experts warn of the risk posed to schools amid the Delta variant surge. Now, since the start of classes across America, tens of thousands of students have had to quarantine due to the pandemic exposure. Our goal is to protect children, and our goal is to have children in school and not online, said LAUSD Intermittent Superintendent Megan Riley. Now, Dr. Richard Pan, a state senator, pediatrician, and district parent, advocated for the measure, pushing for, quote, community immunity to protect kids that are too young to be eligible for the vaccine. And for those under 12, a vaccine could still be many months away. And the pandemic hospitalizations among adolescents are at a near peak since the pandemic began. Pan praised LAUSD for leading the way and following the science to ensure schools are safe. Now listen to this. While some parents have spoken in favor of the mandates, others angrily denounced the proposal. We must be the ones to decide for our children, not the district, not anyone else, admonished parent Carla Franca. If you want to take your own children to the killing fields, you do it. But you are not the one who should be deciding, she said. When you have your kids, you can make your own crazy decisions. The school board vote was unanimous on Thursday. Children who participate in sports or extracurricular activities should get vaccinated in the October timeframe, while the rest of the students should receive their first and second doses no later than the month of November and December, Riley said. Now, winter break will give students time to reach full immunity, she added. Board President Kelly Gonzalez told CNN that as a mother of 2 children, she understands how some parents may have concerns over vaccinations, but she cited health officials and real-world evidence that the decision is sound. Now, rise in cases among children. Listen to this. The rise in cases in the U.S. has included an alarming surge among children. Data from the American Academy of Pediatrics shows that 251,781 child cases of the pandemic were reported between August 26th and September 2nd, just 1 week. The number represents more than a quarter of the 939,470 cases total that were reported that week. However, the effectiveness of preventative measures, such as masks and vaccines, has been illustrated in San Francisco, where approximately 90% of the children ages 12 to 17 are vaccinated, according to the City Department of Public Health. So far this year, no pandemic outbreaks have started on that city's school campus. Suspected in-school transmissions has been so low it cannot be publicly reported without concern for privacy or confidentiality. All of the cases reported at schools were related to community transmission outside of school as of September 8th. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now listen to this. Governor Greg Abbott slams Biden administration over vaccine mandates for employers. The article says that Texas Governor Greg Abbott blasted President Joe Biden on Thursday after Biden's orders for large employers to require their workers to get vaccinated against the pandemic or get tested frequently to prove that they don't have the virus. Abbott, who has resisted making vaccinations mandatory in any form in Texas, going as far as to bar local governments and school districts from enacting their own vaccination mandates, dubbed Biden's move to compel businesses with more than 100 employees to make their workforce either get the shot or submit a negative test result each week was a power grab and a sweeping order that would cover an estimated 80 million American workers. The federal government needs to stop trying to run private businesses, Abbott's spokesperson said. Texans and Americans alike have learned and mastered the safe practices to protect themselves and their loved ones from the pandemic and do not need the government to tell them how to do so. Abbott has encouraged Texans to get vaccinated, but insisted that they shouldn't be forced to do so. At the governor's request, state lawmakers will consider legislation to bar local governments from mandating vaccinations for their residents when they convene later this month for a third special session. Biden's vaccine mandate is an assault on our private businesses, Abbott tweeted on Thursday evening. Texas is already working to halt this power grab. And you guys, link in the description below to this article. Take a look at this. Have at it. Biden says to Republicans who've threatened to challenge vaccine mandates. President Biden, in his first remarks since unveiling an extensive plan to push 2/3 of American workers to get vaccinated against the pandemic, said Friday that his sweeping mandates would withstand challenges by Republicans who said they plan to defy him. Have at it, said Mr. Biden, who was delivering remarks at a middle school in Washington, D.C. I am so disappointed, particularly that some of the Republican governors have been so cavalier with the health of these kids, so cavalier with the health of their communities. A day earlier, the president unveiled a series of sweeping actions through a combination of executive orders and new federal rules. His administration moved to mandate shots for healthcare workers, federal contractors, and the vast majority of federal workers who could face disciplinary measures if they refuse. I do not know of any scientist out there in this field that does not think it makes considerable sense to do the 6 things that I have suggested, said Mr. Biden. Republicans quickly moved to call the Biden administration's plan unconstitutional, and a handful of Republican governors, including Brian Kemp of Georgia, have threatened to challenge the mandates in court. Ronna McDaniel, the chairwoman of the Republican National Committee, said on Twitter that her organization will sue the Biden administration. Legal experts say that the broad provisions given to the federal government and the public health emergency caused by the pandemic could ultimately protect against legal challenges. Now, Jennifer Chenal, a law professor at Vanderbilt University, said in an interview that the mandate for the federal workers is almost certain to encounter lawsuits, but these will likely fail. As long as there are provisions for workers not healthy enough to get the vaccine and probably to some extent religious accommodations, said Ms. Chenal, I think that the legal challenges will fail, you guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But what we're hearing is Biden's telling them to have at it, and that might be because he already knows that they're not going to stand in court. Let me know your thoughts down below. A lot going on, you guys. I will be sure to keep you up to date. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more unfolding in the coming days. And like I said, I'll be sure to report to you here on the channel so you know what's going on. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash the like button. Just takes a second. It really helps me out a ton. Lets the algorithm know that you think I'm doing a good job. And in turn, they'll continue to promote my channel and my videos. Also, like I've said a million times, I invite you to leave your comments down below. If you think this is going to help out other people, be sure to share it out on social media platforms. And if this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date on all this stuff, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, come join the RAM fam, we like to call it. I'll keep you up to date, the viewing community. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's the best way to get a hold of me directly, you guys. But with that being said, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next video. Hope you and your family have a blessed Friday. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.